Have you ever felt that strange stillness before a storm, when time itself seems to hold its breath? That's not silence, it's destiny preparing to speak. The universe is shifting its weight, aligning stars and symbols in patterns only the awakened can sense. Nostradamus once wrote of an age when the veils between heaven and earth would thin, and those who see beyond will rise above the rest. And Baba Vanga whispered of a cycle of light where only the brave in spirit will unlock the gates of fortune. That cycle begins now. The air carries an invisible current, a hum beneath existence, urging you to awaken. It isn't about luck or coincidence. It's about alignment. Those who attune their energy to the rhythm of the cosmos will find doors opening, wealth flowing, and clarity replacing confusion. This is not the chaos of change, but the harmony of divine timing. In this moment, the universe measures your vibration with precise care, asking, "Are you ready to receive what has long been waiting for you?" Buddhist masters teach that creation and destruction are not opposites, they are partners in eternal balance. One must die for another to be born. Old cycles fade like dusk, only to invite the sunrise of transformation. This season holds that delicate balance, the ending of illusions, the birth of purpose. It is the rare intersection where karma loosens its grip and destiny begins to whisper, "Now is your time." Each sacred number revealed through this cosmic alignment acts as a key, unlocking parts of yourself you may have forgotten. They are not random digits, they are frequencies of awakening, reflections of both your inner strength and your divine inheritance. Buddhist numerology calls them dharmic vibrations, numbers that mirror the lessons you've mastered and the ones you are now ready to embody. So, before we begin, breathe deeply and let the stillness within you settle. Feel the energy moving around your heart, the unspoken promise of renewal waiting to unfold. Because what follows is not just a message, it's a transmission, a reminder that abundance begins the moment awareness awakens. When the universe calls your name through the patterns of destiny, will you recognize it? Or will you sleep through your own awakening? Number 3, the energy of joyful creation. There is a sacred hum that moves through laughter, music, and art, an unseen melody that connects the heart to the divine. That vibration is the essence of number 3, the trinity of mind, body, and spirit in perfect harmony in ancient Buddhist numerology. 3 represents the smile of enlightenment, the point where suffering dissolves into wisdom and joy becomes a form of meditation. Nostradamus wrote that the third light will guide the lost toward the dawn, while Baba Vanga spoke of a generation that will heal through joy, not war. Their visions echo this sacred vibration, the energy of creation born through authenticity and lightness of being. When number 3 enters your path, it doesn't arrive with thunder, it arrives softly in laughter shared with a friend, in the rhythm of rain against your window, or in the peace that follows a quiet morning breath. It reminds you that the universe doesn't reward tension. It responds to flow. The more freely you express your truth, the more abundance finds its way toward you. The energy of 3 isn't about control, it's about trust, trusting that your natural joy is a magnetic force, drawing harmony and prosperity into your world. Buddhist philosophy teaches that joy is not pleasure, it is presence. When the mind is at ease, the heart begins to sing. The vibration of 3 calls you to return to that simplicity, to smile without reason, to speak with kindness, to create for the sake of creation itself. It asks you to release the rigid masks of perfection and let your spirit dance in its natural rhythm. Because when your joy flows unhindered, your energy becomes luminous, and what you once chased begins to find you with grace. There's a powerful secret hidden in this number. The more you express what feels true, the more the universe echoes that energy back. This is why artists, writers, and dreamers are often blessed under the vibration of 3. They act as vessels of divine communication. Every word they speak, every color they paint, becomes a prayer of abundance. In truth, You don't need to be an artist to live this energy. Your life itself is the canvas, and every act of authenticity is a stroke of divine art. Number 3 whispers gently, don't wait for joy to find you, become the source of it. Laugh when life feels uncertain, dance even when no one is watching, and speak your truth even when your voice trembles. For joy, when lived fully, is not fragile, it is freedom. It is the moment your inner light merges with the rhythm of the cosmos. Are you ready to let joy become your spiritual practice, and to allow creation itself to be the way your soul speaks to the world? Number 50. The liberator of change. There is a strange beauty in the number 50, a vibration that whispers of endings and beginnings merging into one eternal breath. It carries the energy of release, of shedding the old skin that no longer fits the spirit. In numerology, 50 is the symbol of freedom through transformation. It teaches that true liberation is not found by escaping life, but by walking through it with awareness. When this number appears, it signals a sacred calling, to detach from the illusions that once defined you, and embrace the fluid mystery of becoming. Baba Vanga once foresaw that a great shift in human consciousness would come not through destruction, but through self-liberation, a time when people would awaken to the truth that their prisons were built within. Nostradamus echoed this wisdom centuries before, writing of the age when minds break the chains unseen. The number 50 embodies that prophecy. It marks the point where fear dissolves and the seeker rises into a new frequency of existence, like a phoenix ascending through silence and fire. Spiritually, 50 aligns with the Buddhist teaching of anicca, impermanence. It reminds us that all things are fleeting, even the stories we tell about ourselves. As one releases attachment, they find peace in the dance of impermanence. Freedom is not rebellion, it is surrender. When the winds of change arrive, the number 50 teaches us to bow with grace rather than resist with fear. Because when you let go, you don't lose. You evolve in relationships and purpose. 50 invites balance between the heart's longing and the soul's expansion. It's the energy of the traveler, the teacher, the artist who knows that beauty can only be found in motion. Just as water cannot stay still without turning stagnant, the human soul cannot flourish without change. The universe whispers, flow, don't cling, and the number 50 becomes your guide, carrying you across unseen bridges of destiny. In this age of awakening, 50 shines like a lantern for those ready to move beyond limitations. It is the vibration of self-reinvention, of courage to walk away from what no longer nourishes the spirit. It does not ask for certainty, it asks for faith, because faith is what fills the space between what you release and what you're yet to receive. Do you trust yourself enough to walk into the unknown without looking back? Number 9. The circle of completion. There is something timeless about the number 9, a vibration that hums with the sound of endings and sacred renewal. It is the final breath before rebirth, the last step before a new dawn begins. In numerology, 9 represents completion, wisdom, and universal love. It carries the energy of the old soul, one who has walked through countless lifetimes, gathering lessons, compassion, and light. When this number appears, it is not an end. It is the gentle closing of a karmic chapter, a sacred pause before the soul begins again. Baba Vanga often spoke of cycles, of humanity learning through endings that lead to new awakenings. She foresaw that in times of confusion, the souls guided by 9's frequency would emerge as healers and teachers. Nostradamus too hinted that, when the circle completes, the wise will rise from their silence. Both prophecies reflect 9's essence, a spiritual turning point when the heart releases what has been and prepares for what must come. In the teachings of the Buddha, this energy mirrors the truth of nirvana, liberation through understanding impermanence. Number 9 is the breath of release, the letting go of grasping and desire. It tells us that real power is not found in possession but in peace. The soul who embraces 9 learns that forgiveness is not weakness, but the highest form of strength. Through compassion, one dissolves karma and becomes light itself, unbound, limitless, infinite. In the material world, 9 reminds us that not all closures are losses. Some are sacred transitions. The moment the caterpillar surrenders to become the butterfly, it encourages you to clear your emotional space, to release resentment, and to honor what has served its purpose. In doing so, you create room for divine alignment, for new beginnings wrapped in grace. The universe cannot fill hands that still hold the past. Number 9's vibration is soft yet unyielding. It asks you to evolve beyond ego and embody the wisdom of the heart. It is the call of the spiritual teacher within you, the quiet reminder that endings are simply mirrors of higher beginnings. The moment you accept that all things come to pass, you step into the rhythm of eternity itself. Are you ready to release what no longer serves your soul so you can finally step into the peace you've always carried within? Number 66, the harmony of divine balance. The number 66 moves like a sacred current between the worlds of matter and spirit, a bridge between human love and divine purpose. It vibrates with compassion, emotional healing, and the sacred art of balance. In numerology, 66 is called the master of harmony, a double vibration of the nurturing number 6, amplified into higher frequency. It represents the union of heart and soul, the moment when love becomes more than emotion, transforming into a sacred act of consciousness. When this number enters your path, the universe is asking you to restore peace within, to heal through love, and to align your actions with your heart's truth. Baba Vanga once predicted a future where humanity would remember the power of collective compassion, a time when love itself would become the medicine that heals nations. Nostradamus, too, wrote cryptic verses about the age when the heart shall lead over the crown. These visions echo through the energy of 66, urging humanity to rise beyond division and remember that kindness is a cosmic law, not a choice. When this vibration flows through you, even silence becomes prayer, and every act of tenderness becomes a ripple of transformation. Spiritually, 66 embodies the Buddhist teaching of metta, or loving kindness, the unconditional wish for all beings to be free from suffering. It calls you to cultivate this energy, beginning with yourself. You are not asked to fix the world but to love it, deeply, purely, courageously. In that love, your vibration rises, and the universe responds in perfect harmony. This is the secret of 66, healing through wholeness, and wholeness through love. In relationships, 66 is the teacher of divine reciprocity. It reminds you that love must flow both inward and outward, that you cannot pour from an empty vessel. It asks you to honor your emotional needs as sacred, not selfish. The universe mirrors your inner balance. When you nurture your soul, abundance naturally follows. This number is often a sign that the angels, ancestors, or spirit guides are drawing closer, surrounding you in the warmth of unseen love. The energy of 66 is gentle but profound. It transforms chaos into calm and loneliness into unity. It teaches that to truly love is to be fearless, to open your heart even when it hurts, to forgive even when it's hard. Through love, karma dissolves, and the spirit awakens to its true purpose. In the quiet harmony of 66, the soul finds home again. Have you learned to love yourself enough to let peace become your natural state of being? Number 22, the master builder of destiny. There is a rare power hidden within the number 22, the vibration of the visionary who turns dreams into divine architecture. In numerology, it is known as the master builder, the bridge between imagination and manifestation. It carries the essence of sacred responsibility, the soul's agreement to bring heaven closer to earth. Those aligned with 22 are not wanderers, they are creators of new worlds. Their thoughts are blueprints, their intentions foundations, and their discipline the sacred tools that shape destiny. When 22 appears, it is a sign that the universe trusts you with something greater than ordinary purpose. Baba Vanga once spoke of a future guided by builders of light, souls destined to restore balance in a time of confusion. Nostradamus foresaw the architects of the new dawn, those who would construct harmony where chaos once ruled. Both seers spoke of 22 feet's vibration, for it carries within it the seed of transformation on a global scale. This number whispers that the age of silent dreamers has ended. Now begins the rise of awakened creators, those who use wisdom, patience, and faith as their sacred tools. Spiritually, 22 mirrors the Buddhist path of right effort, where intention becomes creation and vision becomes virtue. It teaches that enlightenment is not found in retreat from the world, but in the art of building it anew. The soul who walks with 22 learns to align their outer work with inner truth, crafting lives, homes, and legacies that reflect higher consciousness. This number does not simply promise success, it demands discipline, humility, and unwavering trust in divine timing. The energy of 22 is deeply karmic. It calls you to balance your power with compassion and your ambition with service. Every step you take under its guidance shapes not just your life, but the vibration of generations that follow. It asks, what are you building? For whom are you building it? When the intention is pure, 22 ensures that your efforts echo far beyond your lifetime, leaving behind structures of light that uplift others. Within 22 feet silence, there is a hum, the sound of destiny being written by hands that remember their divine purpose. It is not a number for the faint-hearted, but for those who trust that their dreams are sacred instructions from the universe itself. When you walk in faith, even stone becomes spirit, and every act becomes part of the eternal design. Are you ready to build the life your soul envisioned long before you were born? Bonus number 44, the guardian of divine power. The number 44 is not just a number, it is a gate, a portal where the spiritual meets the material and divine strength takes form in human hands. In numerology, 44 is called the master healer and master manifester, the sacred twin of grounded energy and celestial protection. It vibrates with determination, endurance, and unseen guidance from the higher realms. When this number appears, it is a sign that you are surrounded by divine forces, ancestors, angels, or cosmic guardians, urging you to build your destiny with courage and faith. Baba Vanga spoke of a time when humanity would rise under the protection of unseen light, when those guided by sacred numbers would lead others toward unity and strength. Nostradamus, too, hinted at an age of double pillars, where balance between power and compassion would define the fate of nations. The number 44 carries that prophecy within it. It is the double foundation of stability and spiritual truth, the unshakable structure that even chaos cannot break. Spiritually, 44 embodies the Buddhist teaching of Dhamma, the path of right action. It reminds us that strength is not born from dominance, but from discipline and clarity of purpose. True power is not loud, it is silent, consistent, and radiant. The number 44 calls you to take responsibility for your energy, to become a vessel through which divine will flows into reality. Every decision, every word, every act becomes sacred when guided by inner wisdom. In the world of manifestation, 44 appears as a confirmation that your work is being noticed by the unseen realms. It is the vibration of angels whispering, "Keep going." It asks you to anchor your dreams in daily effort, to build not just with ambition but with intention. The foundation you lay today will stand for lifetimes if it's built on truth. When this number enters your path, know that stability, prosperity, and spiritual mastery are aligning around you. 44 is the symbol of divine guardianship, a reminder that you are not alone in your journey. Every challenge you faced was preparation for the strength you now hold. Every fall was a lesson in divine timing. The number does not promise an easy road, it promises that you will never walk it unprotected. With 44 by your side, your soul becomes both student and teacher of power, walking the middle path between heaven and earth. Do you feel the unseen hands guiding you toward the life you were always meant to build? The path of awakening as the sacred numbers reveal their light. A quiet truth unfolds. The universe has always been speaking to you through patterns, synchronicities, and vibrations that whisper when you pause long enough to listen. Every sign, every encounter, every coincidence you've experienced carries meaning. These are not random events. They are divine messages wrapped in symbol, fragments of your soul's greater design. In their presence, you are reminded that destiny is not written in stone, it is shaped through awareness. The cosmic order moves not above you but through you. Baba Vanga once said that the greatest prophecies are not of the world, but of the heart, that the true visionaries are those who awaken to their own divine purpose. Nostradamus spoke of an era when humankind would rise again through consciousness, not conflict. We are entering that era now. The language of the cosmos is awakening once more, calling you to remember who you are beneath the noise, a being of light, capable of building, healing, and transcending. Spiritually, this path mirrors the Buddha's gentle truth. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. The universe communicates in silence, symbols, and rhythm, and when you align with that rhythm, life ceases to be chaos. It becomes a sacred flow. The path of awakening is not found outside yourself. It begins in the stillness within, where your higher self patiently waits to be remembered. Let these sacred vibrations be your companions as you move forward. Let them guide your thoughts, align your intentions, and purify your heart. Every lesson, every pain, and every joy is an initiation, a doorway leading you closer to the truth. You are not wandering in darkness. You are walking through patterns of divine light, each step bringing you closer to the essence of who you truly are. And so, as one cycle ends and another begins, may you look upon the sky not for answers, but for reflection, knowing that the same stars that shine above are mirrored within your soul. Have you begun to trust that everything unfolding in your life is part of your awakening?